All right, today let's talk perimeter. Yesterday we talked area, which was two-dimensional. Today we're talking perimeter, which is one-dimensional. Let's look at some background here first. Let's look at some abbreviations. See if you can, ahead of me, get what each letter stands for. I will write them as you're trying to get them too. All right, these are all common geometry abbreviations. L for length, W for width, H for height, not height, P for perimeter, S for the side, and B for the base. Big B for the big base, which is actually different. All right, so today we're looking at perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around a polygon, the distance around a two-dimensional figure. So if it's a square or a rectangle, it is whatever the shape of it is, the outside length is the perimeter. It's all the way around it. Okay, common units we use for this. Well, it's one-dimensional, so common would be like centimeters or inches or miles or feet. Okay. To find the perimeter, what do? We measure the length. We add up all the sides. A hint for this is we find the word in the middle of it. We have the word rim. Rim means around the outside. Okay, perimeter. It actually doesn't come from that Greek word. We have the Greek word peri and meter. Peri means like a periscope, out and around, I believe. Okay, same area does not mean the same perimeter. You can have different areas to different perimeters, and we'll look at that in detail tomorrow. Okay, so shortcuts. For perimeter of a square, well, all four sides, S, are the same. So we could do S plus S plus S. They're all the same length. So the formula would be S plus S plus S plus S. Repeated addition is multiplication, so the formula is 4S. Find one side, then multiply by 4. Okay, perimeter of a rectangle, which we'll deal with the most. Opposite sides are congruent. Opposite sides are the same length. So if we have the width here, we're going to add another width here. So our formula is 2W's plus the length here plus the length here. 2W's plus 2L's. Or width plus length. Or you could say L plus W times 2. All those would work. All right, if you're going to do the perimeter of a parallelogram, it's the same. This base is the same as this base, so 2B plus this side plus 2S. 2B's plus 2S is B plus S plus S. B plus S times 2. Any of those work. Okay. You don't need a formula to find the perimeter. You can always just add all sides. You can use formulas. You don't need to. Okay, don't get caught up in formulas too often. All right, so we're going to find the following, showing our work. Okay, so the base here is 1, 2, 3. The height is 2. The top is 3. The other side is 2. So I could do 3 times 2 plus 2 times 2. You could do it a lot of different ways. The fastest way for me is just to add them all. So it's 10 units, not square units. We're not talking how many are inside, we're talking around the outside. Okay, so over here, I'm going to do this one different. I'm going to do 28 plus 21, which I know is 49. And then I'm going to, since I've already done these two, now I'm going to do these two. Those two are also 49, so I'm going to do 49 times 2. Could I have done it differently? Yeah, of course. But that's, I'm showing this one, 98 inches. Okay, over here I'm just going to add up all the sides. 11 plus 7 is 18. Plus 10 is 28. Plus 10 is 38. Plus 4 is 42. So my answer is 42 feet. And I didn't say how you need to show your work. I just said you need to show your work. You can't just write 42 feet. That isn't showing your work. What I did does show some work. All right, the next one here. If this is a regular pentagon here, regular meaning all sides are the same length, what's the perimeter? Well, that's 3 inches, so that's 3 inches, so that's 3, so that's 3, and that's 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 5, is 15, and I need a label, inches. Okay, this next one. A wire is first bent in the shape of a rectangle, and again, using kiter techniques, I'm just going to draw it. Each side of this triangle is 8 centimeters. Then the wire's unbent. Okay, so we're going to have a straight. We unbend that. So now the whole thing is 8 times 3, 24 centimeters. And then it's reshaped into a square. It's a square now. Okay, so a square has every side the same length. Well, each side's not 24. That doesn't make sense, because it'd be 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24. That does not make sense. Don't do that. Instead, I know all 4 sides are the same, so each side would have to be 24 divided by 4. So each side is 6 centimeters. What's the length of a side of the square? 6 centimeters. Makes sense. I started out with each side being 8 with the triangle, and now each side's 6 with the square. All right, this next one's a little different thinking. You got to think algebraically here. Write 2 expressions for the perimeter of this figure. So now I have 2x plus 7. I can't add 2x plus 7 plus 17x. I could add 17x and 2x plus 16 plus 3x. Okay, so I'm going to add up all this. I'm going to write it like this. 2x plus 7 plus 17x plus 16 plus 3x. Okay, now I'm going to add like terms. I can add 2x, 17x, and 3x. That adds up to 22x. I can't get rid of that x. Now I'm going to add up the 7 and the 16 plus 23. Okay, this is simplified right here. 22x plus 23 is my answer. If I figured out what x was, if x was 3, then I could figure out an answer and plug 3 in for x, but I can't do that yet. This is as simple as I can get. All right, tomorrow we'll make sure we're not confusing perimeter and area. We'll put them both together, and we're going to get pretty in-depth tomorrow, but today I want you to focus in, do these topics. Good luck.